Hi, what's your name?
I'm Lane Burson.
All right, and I have a few questions for you. Do you know what year the Korean War occurred between?
I have no clue.
Do you know where the Korean War was fought?
Yes,
Where was that?
Korea, between North and South Korea.
And have you ever learned about the Korean War in school?
Not that I believe, no.
Do you think that it should be taught in schools?
Yes.
Thank you.
My name is Sophie Pringle.
Do you know what years the Korean War occurred between?
I have no clue.
Do you know where the Korean War was fought?
I'm gonna guess Korea.
Have you ever learned about Korea in school?
No.
Do you think that it should be taught in school?
Probably because if it was a war, I feel like it's pretty important.
What's your name?
Sam Imes.
Do you know what years the Korean War occurred between?
I do not know.
Do you know where the Korean War was fought?
Probably in Korea.
Have you ever learned about the Korean War in school?
I don't think so.
And do you believe that the Korean War should be taught in school?
Probably, yeah.
Dylan Ashford?
Do you know what years the Korean War was fought between?
No.
Do you know where it was fought?
No?
Have you ever learned about the Korean War in school?
Maybe a little bit in Mr. Howman's room.
Do you think that the Korean War should be taught more in schools?
Yeah, maybe in like social studies or museum connections.
Thank you. The Korean War shaped modern America and the modern world. At the end of World War II in 1945, Korea was free from Japanese control. North Korea was occupied by the Soviets, and South Korea was occupied by American forces. In 1948, a line was drawn dividing the country into two. This line is known as the 38th parallel. The North was ruled by Kim Il sung, while the South was ruled by Syngman Rhee. Right now, I'm doing an interview with my dad, son of Clarence Wesley Melvin. And can you tell me anything about, did your dad ever talk about him being in the Korean War?
He talked a little bit about it. Not a whole lot. He's seen a lot of horrific things that he had just soon not remember. He was in Korea in the 50s. He had just met my mom. They had just got married. 1st Rifle Division Armory out of Fort Polk, Louisiana. He Sergeant Tank Command. He said he had never been so cold in all of his life. And at the same time, come summertime, never been so hotter in his life. He loved serving in the Army, though he wished he didn't have to go to Korea. But he's glad he did. He has a lot of good friends. Some of them no longer with us, my dad including now. But he, yeah. When asked if he'd do it again, he, no hesitation, would always say, of course.
Thank you. I'm here with my mom, who has visited the Korean War Veterans Monument in Washington, D.C. And I have to ask, with so many monuments being in Washington, D.C., why did you choose this one?
Well, we chose the Korean War Veterans Memorial because of your grandfather being a Korean War veteran. Also because this one was a little bit late in being built. It wasn't completed until 1995, so I guess it truly was the forgotten war. The memorial actually consists of 4 equal parts, and they're all very interesting. The first part that I remember were the statues, and they're of 19 different men. They're stainless steel statues measuring about 7 feet tall. They're very memorable as they wear these large raincoats, and they look really ominous in the rain and the snow as they walk through rice paddies of Korea, or what it symbolizes as. The second part that's very memorable is the mural wall. And the mural wall, it consists of over 2,400 photographs of Korean War images that were obtained at the National Archives. They're inscribed or etched into the stone, and when we were there, I saw people pressing paper up against those images and running pencil over them so they could capture those images to paper. They maybe found pictures of their loved ones or family members maybe that were possibly in the war. The third area of the monument was the Pool of Remembrance, and there's a really neat reflective pool and with benches surrounding it where people would go to reflect on the war. And the fourth area that I remember was the United Nations wall. It's along the side of the mural, and there's engraved upon it markers that list 22 of the nations that contributed troops to the United Nations efforts in the Korean War. Overall, it was just a very memorable monument.
Thank you.